This morning we're looking at something very important. We're still celebrating our 6th anniversary right here at Classic FM 94.3 Abuja, the station that plays every song you know. Now the safety of lives on our roads lies in the hands of every citizen, and the body charged with this responsibility backed by law is the Federal Road Safety Corps. Today we have the pleasure of speaking with Corps Marshal of the Federal Road Safety Corps, Shehu Mohammed. You are welcome to Classic FM. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, listeners. Good morning, everyone.
Good to have you. Yeah, so
pleasure.
that song, Frank Sinatra, is on special request by him. Why do you like Frank Sinatra? Just, very curious about that.
I was a student, and then that time, whenever I want to read,
Okay.
in the night, I normally play it, and it inspired me to.
Wow. The soothing voice, the amazing instrumentals, it just makes a lot of sense. You're welcome once again to Classic FM.
Thank you.
All right, so the last couple of months since you assumed office as the FRSC boss, how has it been?
Yes, let me first of all congratulate the Classic FM 94.3 Abuja for the 6th anniversary of being in Abuja. Really, we have been partners with the media because of they are our critical stakeholders. So we felt we need to be here to congratulate you and also to be with you. And since I came on board precisely on the 22nd of May, it has been well, good, challenges, and then, move on. An organization that has over 30,000 staff strength with almost 1,000 formation. You should expect that, the leadership there is not going to be easy. But with the formidable team that I have on the ground, we are moving, and our vision is transform FRSC in the very near future.
All right. Speaking about turbulence and all the issues that you've been having to deal with, a report says that a total number of road traffic crashes in Nigeria's first quarter 2024 stands at 2,662. Now, it indicated that there was a decrease of 2.0% because for 2023 it was 2,733. Now, some people will say very little progress. Progress was made, but very little progress. Now, how is the Corps reinventing itself, just like you said, to do better?
Crashes don't really give the best statistics because if you take crashes, there will be less crashes, but then the fatality, the injury, the death will be more. And sometimes there will be much crashes, but less fatalities, that is less injuries, less death. As human, we cannot avoid crashes. But what we are expecting is when crashes occur, it shouldn't result to death or serious injury. When we came in, our vision is to continue to reduce road traffic crashes. The United Nations Declaration of Action stipulates 50% decrease between 2020 to 2030, which we also align with. Our vision is to reduce operation, which we have started. And the only way you can reduce operation is by transforming the personnel that carry out the operation, the enforcement. So we started with training. Our vision is to train and retrain the officers, the entire workforce, so that they now get refined and cultured. So that we build a culture where the enforcement will be seamless, the civility to the motor public will also be enhanced, and with that we should be able to bring on board all the road users so that together we reduce the road traffic crashes and the attendant fatalities that we're experiencing.
Okay, that's very, very, very interesting. Giving us a comparison between crashes and fatalities. That's really, really good. All right, so let's move now. We've officially entered the Ember months, and there's this idea that a lot of people have that the Ember months come with a lot of accidents. It looks like more of a psychological thing than something that happens in real life. But people attach spirituality to it. But as a core, as this is your field. The last couple of years, and also as we enter the Ember month, what's your plan for safety of Nigerians as they move around? Because it's a rush season where people want to get so many things done in very, very short time.
We always identify this Ember month with a special operation which we normally call zero patrol.
Zero patrol.
Zero enforcement. Where, because during the Ember months, a lot of activities, lot of movement from one place to another, not only passengers committed, but also the goods. A lot, because of the end of the year and the new year, people want to celebrate. So because of that, we deploy all our arsenal, both the human and material, to the road during this period. And we also realign our patrol activities, to the highway to increase more visibility, so as to reduce the road traffic crashes, and also to get more response time when crashes occur. We have already started, because today, as you said, we are already in the Ember month.
Yes.
We have started deploying, and we're also going to use this new app, the mobile app that we are launching on Thursday, 5th of September.
Oh, there's a new mobile app.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the mobile app is going to assist the motoring public and road users to use the highway more efficiently, more effectively, so that we should be able to reduce the road traffic crashes and attendant fatalities when these apps are started operating. The beauty of the apps is that it also checkmates, because there is this what we call the eyewitness report that you can utilize to take accidents or our men on patrol, whatever they're doing, and they report to us online real time. Our command and control unit in HQ, they are monitoring and then also taking messages on how to cover all the things that the passenger or whatever reported. So we are going to deploy it by this September. And another beauty of it is that it also tells the passenger if the driver is speeding. It will alert the driver. If the driver is speeding, to caution the driver. It will also alert the driver if there's a black spot in front. Yes. So as the driver can be able to take caution and will drive carefully and pass the black spot. Emphasis now is going to be more on the commuters, because we realize that whenever crashes occur, there's only one driver. But those that are normally the victims are normally the passengers. So we felt passengers should now come and speak out. We're encouraging them, urging them to speak out when the driver is engaged in reckless driving, bad driving culture, so that if they can team together and caution the driver, so that it saves their life, it saves their properties.
All right, Classic FM 94.3 Abuja, the station that plays every song at the voice of the FRSC Crops Marshal, Shehu Mohammed, live with us in the studio as we're celebrating our 60th anniversary. It was so wonderful for you to join us once again. Now, talking about the Ember month, the rush, let's talk about fuel scarcity. There's fuel scarcity in the land right now, not just in Abuja, but most parts of Nigeria. And there was a particular report that I saw where you said that you're going to clamp down on commuters who are putting fuel in their vehicles and moving it around the city. Now, how do you intend to do that?
We have started. We have already directed all our enforcement men to look out for those vehicles traveling with jerry cans of petrol. The reason why I do that is because whenever there are crashes, the first thing that used to happen is for that foil to explode. Once it explodes, the whole vehicle will be inflamed, and therefore casualties. The recent experience was that a lady traveling from Carara to Lagos, the driver is carrying foil in the vehicle, about 4 jerry cans of foil. She alerted the FRSC, patrolmen, and we started tracking the vehicle right from that Carara down until when they reached Ibadan. I think that was where they upgraded the vehicle and retrieved those, jerry cans of petrol. We did that to save lives, and that's why we're urging all the passengers, commuters to speak out. Whenever they see such things happening, they should speak out, because the time the foil will explode will not be known to you, will not be known to the passenger, neither the driver. And whenever it happened, it used to be fatal. It used to be fatal.
Okay, so you're encouraging people to speak up, because that's the only way, you know, these issues can be treated.
Yes. And you
possible.
also realize that whenever crashes occur, drivers normally escape. In most cases, drivers normally escape. It's the passengers that normally get victims of injury or death or whatever.
All right, that's good. You know, that's a very important call. Before we take a few calls, because so many persons they want to talk to you. But anyway, let's come now to the FCT. We see FRSC patrol vehicles very regularly. Sometimes we get into trouble with them. Sometimes we get booked. Of course, I'm speaking from the perspective of general public. And you know, I've also noticed that they wear cams, you know, body cams, you know, trying to checkmate people all around, especially traffic violators. I also saw that you guys have begun an operation called, is it Carara? Is it called Operation Carara? That is going to last for the next 30 days. Now, what does that operation intend to achieve?
That operation is domiciled in Abuja.
Yes.
The sector commander Abuja initiated it.
Okay.
Because we realize that motorists are beating traffic.
Okay.
And whenever they beat traffic, they get involved in crashes.
That's true.
Which is to be fatal. So that's why they initiated it. It's going to take some time to be able to at least calm down those recalcitrant motoring public that beating the traffic.
Okay, now the follow-up question will be, what's the compliance level generally of Nigerians adhering to traffic rules, especially traffic lights? Do we see traffic lights as something that is for decoration, or do we actually see it as something that should help commuters as we move around? What's the compliance level for Nigerians?
The compliance level is still very low. Nigerians like to, beat traffic, not only traffic, to avoid law. Generally, avoid regulation. When we go out, we behave. When we come down back to our country, we become whatever we want to be. But I'm appealing, because FRSC road safety generally is a shared responsibility that all stakeholders must come to the table to be able to be sure that road traffic regulations are being obeyed, so that together we reduce the crashes that are taking the lives of Nigerians, losing property, and then also decreasing the economy. Because if you are losing lives, you are losing your citizens, losing property,
losing value
in the economy. So we're urging the Nigerian public, to be able to, reduce and obey traffic regulation and traffic rules wherever they are, so that together we move this country forward in terms of economy, in terms of image.
Okay.
Because sometimes, if you want to know the culture of a country, either discipline or not, you look at the driving culture.
That's true. You look at the citizens and how they obey laws. Because we've also noticed that when they leave the country, they tend to obey laws when they get out of the country. They obey traffic rules. But immediately they come down to Nigeria, it's a different thing. Now, is it because the enforcement level is low from the agency, or the fact that we just feel we can avoid the law?
I think, to me, it used to be this arrogant ignorance. You don't know, but you claim that you know better than anyone.
Okay.
Arrogant ignorance. The person doesn't know, but he behaves as if he knows everything. And with that, anything can happen. It's the most dangerous ignorance ever. It is better to have somebody, an ignorant person, an illiterate, that is not arrogant. Once arrogance comes in, it becomes fatal. It becomes dangerous. And that is what is happening in this country.
All right. Well, before I take a few phone calls, let's talk about overloading. We saw there was an accident that happened a few days ago as a result of overloading. Let's also talk about speed limiters. What's the compliance level for speed limiters? Are drivers adhering to that particular speed limit you give them for major roads, in drives, and all of that? And also, what's the role of the FRSC official when things like this happen, when they see a violator on the street? What's the process, so that Nigerians will know that when you violate, this is what the FRSC official does to you when you're caught in the act?
As regard overloading, is one of the critical offenses that we are really coming down on. We don't take any excuse as regard overloading, because if you look at it, overloading stretches the vehicle, uncomfort the passengers, uncomfort the driver, and then take away the driver's psyche, and at the end of the day, it always results into crashes. It's a pity that Abuja, being an elitist environment, we're also experiencing the overloading. Well, yes, but our men are always there to come down, to apprehend. But our mode of operation, we cannot stop more than one vehicle at a time, one or two vehicles at a time, so that we don't create chaos.
That's true.
Because part of our mandate is to create a safe and secure motoring environment. So when you apprehend more than one or two, it means that you're also causing, and so we don't subscribe to that, and we don't encourage our personnel to apprehend more than one or two people at a time. We are coming down on them, and then we're also talking to stakeholders, the union, NATO, NURTW, all other unions, that because they are our stakeholders, we keep on engaging them so as to talk to their members, so that this overloading issue is reduced to a minimal, or rather stopped, especially in Abuja, because Abuja is our image. When a foreigner were encouraging tourists to be in Abuja, to come to Abuja, how would they look at Abuja
when they see reckless driving,
overloading all over, even men on the, even passengers in the boot? It's really an ugly situation that we need to really calm down on it, and then sensitize the motoring public and the general public to be able to stop those ugly trend.
All right, on speed limiters.
On speed limiters, we have recorded some successes. We have started with commercial vehicles. Very soon, we want to extend. We want to extend to the private vehicles. In most cases, why we give emphasis to commercial vehicles is because they are the one carrying more passengers. Many individuals that own private vehicles, normally it used to be one driver, used to be only one, and there may be one or two passengers. But commercial vehicles, passengers are many, and so when crashes occur, the fatality will be higher in the commercial. So we started with commercial vehicles, and the compliance is a little bit high. We are getting successes for that. All
right, and I also talked about when violators are caught, what should they expect from the FRSC official on the road? Because it seems like you caught me, but it was on amber, it wasn't on red yet. Okay, I was still supposed to move, but what exactly is the rule? What does the rule say about the traffic light, so that we know exactly what to do? And when we are caught, we know that we've been caught, and then we go with the flow of what the FRSC official has for us.
The rule that the traffic light, you only move when it is green. When it is amber, it's supposed to be already. When it is red, completely stop. That's how it's supposed to be. But some motorists used to, once as the amber is coming up, they will just move.
They just move quickly.
Unknown to them that the other lane, the person there might be. So they are supposed to use what they call safe driving. Assume that every driver is mad except you. So when you inculcate that kind of culture, certainly there will be a reduction in traffic.
So you've heard it. Once the only time you're supposed to be moving is when that light is showing green, because we've had a lot of arguments, that has come up. Oh, it's still amber, I still have 3 seconds to move, and then you see them moving so quickly. Sometimes it could even cause an accident because you're trying to beat the red light. It's 9:43. It's Classic FM 94.3 Abuja, the station that plays every song. You can quickly give us a call via the number 0902 199 9943. That's 0902 199 9943. Good morning. Yes, good morning.
This is IK.
Go ahead, IK.
Good morning.
Good morning, IK.
You are doing a great job.
Thank you.
Yeah. This is a very point, especially the bus driver. I entered one bus from Wama to Vega. The man carried this shampoo in that. So what you do is that if you drive, you go from one to up to the when you want to start to on it again. At the time fuel finish, you bring fuel and put up. I can't ask him, why are you carrying fuel? They told me, you don't start up here. Why can't you go and fill your tank and drive? So the is very too much. I want to know what is okay to do? Are they taking the stop them and check whether the carry fuel is in the motor?
All right, thank you very much, Ike. He's saying that the guy doesn't fill his tank at the filling station. What he does is to carry jerry cans. Whenever he gets to a point where the fuel is exhausted in his vehicle, he tops up and then he moves on again, gets to the next filling station, refills his jerry can, and then tops up again. So what's the FRSC doing about that?
The driver should see that safety first. It's not about getting the money, but safety first. Because in the course of doing that, with the heat around the jerry can that he's carrying, the fuel might explode and also affect the whole vehicle and the passenger that he's carrying. So why not, use the filling station to fill in the vehicle, fill in the tank, and then move on. Safety first. We always say it. Even in our men, we encourage them to, secure themselves before they secure others. So the same thing with the driver. They should be able to, also abide with that culture, safety first.
All right. Now, speaking about safety, before I take the next call, what exactly, how are you training your men to handle harassment, especially towards themselves? Because we've seen videos of FRSC officials getting harassed. Some videos very gory. Some of them have been hit by motorists because they do not want to engage with these officials. So what's the Corps doing to safeguard the lives of your officials on the road?
It's really an ugly situation and ugly experiences that we're experiencing. But with the training and retraining, we keep on training our personnel. We embark on massive training now, and we believe with the training and retraining of this personnel that we have, certainly this chain will reduce. We always, advise them to always adhere to safety. They should be safe before they save others. And I think it's working for us.
It's working.
It has reduced.
Okay. Because we actually want the officials' lives saved. Because if they're not available,
we also have this partnership with the Nigerian Bar Association.
Okay.
Whereby if such happens, because before what used to be that those drivers that normally knock down or already harass our personnel are not being taken to court, or even when they are taken to court, we don't pursue it vigorously until we see the end. Now, our effort is to see that with the NBA support, any driver, recalcitrant driver that either knock down or harass our personnel will be taken to court and justice must be done.
That's very good. I love that partnership. Hello, good morning.
Hi, good morning.
Yes, good morning. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Good morning, Mr. Crops Marshal.
I'm
calling from Abuja. I'm driving now, but I'm on hands-free.
You better report yourself properly.
Good morning.
Yes.
Good morning.
I would just like to offer my own contribution, and with all due respect, I would like to remain anonymous also.
Okay.
I just wanted to maybe encourage the Crops Marshal to look into the National Road Safety Strategy, and in so doing, try to push forward the National Road Safety Advisory Council also. Thank you.
Okay. All right. National Road Safety Advisory Council is asking that should be looked into. All right. As we begin to wrap up, now my final question will be: you get stopped on the road and you're asked to an official asks you to show your driver's license. Okay. Now, is it everyone you show your driver's license to? Because sometimes I get confused, because even now when you get to some particular places, you just see people who just wear different uniform and they just ask you, where is your driver's license, and you have to show them. Where's your driving particulars, and you have to show them. Isn't the FRSC the only agency allowed to check driving licenses in the country?
No.
Okay.
No. Driver license is an identity.
Okay.
If you have an ID card of where you work, an ID card, probably maybe this national identity card. Any security agent might ask you to identify yourself. With driver license, you can identify yourself. That's what even the banks are using. And when you get to the bank, you want to open an account, they prefer to even have the driver's license as an identity. Because it's the one that is changing after period.
Yes.
Periodically we're changing, unlike the national identity card that probably is permanent. So I That's why.
So it's for identification. So you can just use it to identify yourself whenever you're asked to.
Exactly.
Okay, all right. So that's I thank you for that clarification. Let's take one last call before we call it today. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Yes, good morning.
This is Carara calling from Hako.
Kayode, you're welcome. Please go ahead.
Okay. I think the FRSC needs to sanitize people by going to parks and trying to tell them the use of road traffic. All these are commercial drivers.
Okay.
And so also, most of this, I remember I was in Apo area. Something happened, accident happened. And I saw the road safety people walking away without even coming around to even address issues. Simply because the accident was involving an army officer and a private vehicle owner. So everybody was just looking like, why is it that the road safety can't come? But maybe he was afraid to come around to address the issue. And another thing is most of these road safety people, when they see these military forces or police speaking wrong way, they don't try to apprehend it, they try to stop them. And sometimes you see that maybe because they are carrying a government force vehicle, they try to drive anyhow. Nothing is happening.
Okay.
Then the issue of this traffic light, most people don't obey traffic light in this Abuja. I traveled to Ghana, reaching Togo in the middle of the night, 2 a.m., not even on the highway. The driver from Nigeria had to stop. No vehicle was coming. So why is it that it can't happen in Nigeria?
Okay.
I was in Ghana also on a single lane. The vehicle that was coming from the other side, no car was blocking it. So we are all on the same line. So the driver, and I asked my mom that, why is it that we can't overtake and cross? He said, no, we can't do that. That anybody who is tired of sitting down have to get down and walk. So all the vehicle must go into the park, go and park. So I think a lot of sanitation needs to be done.
All right. Thank you very much for your contribution. What do you have to say in your response?
I think the issue of beating traffic with some of the strategy we are going to adopt or have started adopting, certainly I think with sensitization, public enlightenment that will continue to do, it will reduce. And by the grace of God, Nigerians are law abiding when they are, being pushed and sensitized. I'm sure they are going to obey the traffic rules and
Regulations. All right, thank you very much. We've been speaking with the FRSC, that's the Federal Road Safety Crops Marshal. He's been with us and he's been celebrating with us since 9 o'clock. We appreciate you, sir. He is Shehu Mohammed, and he's been really optimistic about Nigerians obeying the law and obeying rules and regulation. So those excuses you give that, when it is 8 p.m. Because of insecurity, we're not going to obey traffic rules. He's saying you better obey traffic rules because we will not tolerate anyone who doesn't obey traffic rules. Thank you so much, sir, for joining us today. Really appreciate you.